This episode is brought to you by Anchor.
Zon't do it.
Zon't do it.
Yeah.
Zon't do it.
Zon't do it.
Yeah.
Woo! Episode 2, baby. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh. Hey y'all. Today, I'm actually like really excited that we're already on to episode 2. We got some emails from you guys telling us that we need to speak louder into the mics because like the last like 20 or 15 minutes of the episode, you guys couldn't really hear me or Maddie.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna speak louder and get closer to the mics.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. What are we doing?
Thank you guys so much for your reviews on that stuff. Again, if you ever want to give us tips, tell us what we're doing right, tell us what we're doing wrong, you can email us at zontzooitpodcast@gmail.com. Again, that is ZONTZOOITPODCAST at gmail.com.
You could have just said at gmail.com.
Why? Why do you do this to me? Blink twice if you're kidnapped. Stop. Anyway,
What's our
speaking of
topic today?
kidnapping, can we talk about Britney Spears?
Do.
Like, on her okay, so our friend Micah, love you, Micah.
Micah.
At play practice one day, he was talking to me about Britney Spears and how she might be kidnapped and like how red symbolizes like, oh, I'm kidnapped or whatever.
Yup.
And on her Instagram post, she's been posting red objects, and then in the caption it says red with a bunch of red emojis.
Show me some.
I don't have my phone.
Where is it? Okay, that's a little brain dead moment right there.
That's a little, just
Just a
brain
little
dead.
bit.
That's
scary.
It is scary.
Honestly.
Like, there's a red refrigerator and like all these red things, and I was like, I wonder if she's like hinting to a new album. But then I thought she hasn't released music in how long?
Yeah.
And like, I'm just like thinking like,
I'm pretty sure she signed a waiver or something that like made him take control of her life.
who's him?
Hmm?
Who's him?
What did I say? What did I say?
You said, I'm pretty sure she signed a waiver that allowed him to take over.
Oh, like her producers and stuff. Don't want to misgender them, but like
They. We'll use they them
They.
pronouns.
yeah.
Anyway. But yeah, that's kind of freaky.
True.
That's so scary. What the heck?
You sound so sarcastic.
What the heck?
What the fuck?
Anyway, also her TikToks are a little like scary.
I know.
It's so weird.
Her daughter's on TikTok though, and she seems perfectly fine.
Well, I think that's just her daughter. Like her daughter probably doesn't know anything about it. You know. Anyway, one thing I wanted to talk about today are middle school relationships.
Yeah.
Like,
You go first.
I did not have a middle school relationship, but I had an elementary school relationship, which are two totally separate things. I did have a bad experience with middle school relationship. A girl thought we were dating because we liked each other, and I never said anything about it. I never said like, oh yeah, we can date or whatever, but like I just said, oh, I like you too, and then she just thought we were dating. And then like I started to like someone else, and like everyone knew about it, so then she was like, I think we should like just be friends. Shade tea. Sorry y'all if you couldn't hear those names. We bleeped them out because we don't want y'all to know. Anyway, so that was my experience, and that was my only experience with a middle school relationship. And it technically really wasn't one, but I've been friends with a bunch of people that have had a middle school relationship. And I'm just like, why? Like, why are you guys dating?
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
For no reason.
Yeah, it's so, oh my god. One thing I did not like with my elementary school relationship, I was dating her or whatever, and we never talked, like, in person, which sucked because, like, I don't know, we just, like, never talked ever again.
My turn.
And
So-
that's before you start. That's just how it works in middle school. If you date someone, you just don't talk to them ever.
No. That's in like 5th. I don't know.
Everyone is different.
Everyone different.
So I'll start in 3rd grade.
He doesn't go to our school anymore, but he proposed to me and 3 different girls in 3rd grade with the same ring.
And he tried like 2 different times. And I was like,
No.
I don't remember if I said yes or no, but I'm pretty sure I said no, because why would he proposed again?
Who? Don't know who that is.
Bleep that out.
He used to go to our school,
Oh.
but he doesn't anymore.
And then
In 5th grade, we were
how do I say
Not.
it?
I know. So like, and we have
Uh-huh.
bitch, complete bitch. I know you love her, but she was
Okay.
Bitch to me because I was a bitch.
She liked me because I not to toot my own horn or anything, but I was good at math, and she just, I don't know, I think she had good relationships with my parents and my and my older siblings. So, anyway,
my turn.
my turn.
We like hold hands and
Oh my god, I remember this. We get to like choose our spots. when she
Oh,
calls her name or
yes.
something. And
And it had to be like every other boy and girl.
me and person got to sit next to each other, and we would hold hands. And he would look back and just make fun of us.
so I started at the end of like 7th grade. I started dating this person, and it was nice.
Was this when we went online? Like when we
Like
started
a
distancing?
month after we went online.
Okay.
We would go on like the Google Meets and Zoom calls all the time.
Oh,
and stuff.
yeah.
And then we broke up.
Oh.
But then we got back together, but then we broke up again.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I just remember like all of my friends, I hang out with girls, and they would all get boyfriends or whatever, and I was just like, stop. Literally, what's the point? You're gonna break up in a good week. And then they did, and then they wouldn't talk, and then they would get back together for a week, and then they break up. I remember I got in this huge fight with someone, and I was like, oh, it's not gonna last. And someone posted a TikTok on how like, oh, if you're these initials, like blah blah blah, I ship you. And then I was just like, I commented nope, and then they text me the next day, and they're like, why'd you comment nope? And I was like, we all know it's only gonna last for a week. And then they were just like, no, it's not. And I was just like, how much money are we betting on this? And now they're like, I bet we're gonna last for a year. Guess what? A freaking month later, guess what? They broke up. And I was just like, who was right? Who was right? Who was right?
I
Yeah.
have another story.
Oh gosh.
So
We're spit it out.
Sounds good.
Do it. He
You gotta speak louder, babe. Again, bleep out any names we're
yeah.
saying.
I just like blurted it and like he was so
nice to me. He was.
Is this the guy with the red hair? Okay.
He's not. He has a mullet now.
Gross.
But it's not like a country mullet, you know what I mean? It's like a good mullet.
Okay.
He's cute now. He's cute. Don't even start.
Do not start. It's not your life. in that.
Ah.
For Valentine's Day, it was like I say a week after he asked me out. I went to Walgreens And like they're $1 roses, like chocolate roses you can get.
Oh yeah.
I got him one of those, and then like the day after I gave it to him, he sent me like a full-on paragraph about how he liked it. Like, I liked the way that it wasn't actually hollow and it was all chocolate. And he's like, okay. And then he has to go on a date, and I no.
And you said no.
Yeah, I said no.
I do have I have so many experiences with like that kind of stuff. I remember I had a crush on someone and I asked them to be my Valentine, and they said yes. So I bought them like the heart, and then if you open it, it's a bunch of chocolates. So I got him that, and then I think a rose. And yeah, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna nail this. So I go up to her and I give her the stuff, and then I soon realized that other people asked her to be her Valentine. She said yes, and they gave her stuff.
Oh.
So I literally was just like, okay.
Who?
Yeah.
I still see your
That was in my room. Another experience I had, it was during one of the shows I was in. It was Aladdin Jr.
That was a good
And
play.
It was okay. It was one of my peaks, I would say, but like not the best. Like not the best show I've done. Love you, Lily. Anyway, there was this guy that and this was the day after my grandpa died. So I show up to rehearsal, and I went. I was bawling and I was hugging everyone. Everyone was just supporting me and giving me sympathy, and I was sitting on the bench with my mom and Abby right next to me too. I love Abby. She's an icon. Anyway, I this my friend, not but a different comes up to me. He gives me a hug and he whispers in my ear, "I'm gonna ask." And then I was like, "Oh, okay." And then comes up to me and he says, "And if she says no, I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna ask her after." And he had a rose. He had a letter ready and stuff. Didn't have the rose and letter, but did. So then, before we had to like go into the theater, I gave another hug and I whispered in her ear. I was like, "Gonna ask you out," and she thought that it was not the other.
No.
So she wasn't ready. That when pulled her backstage and like asked her, she was not ready. So she took the rose and then she took the no and she's like, I am thankful that you did this, but I just don't want to. And she took the rose backstage and with they went into the girls' locker room. They told me about this, and they would pluck the petals off and say, he loves me now. He loves me now. And I was just like, that's so funny. That is so funny.
Wow.
Yeah. Has that ever happened to you where like someone would tell you that stuff, or is it just me?
Well, but
Like tell you like I'm gonna ask this person out because that happened
No.
to me all like 6th grade, all 5th grade, like all the time.
Only my close friends.
Oh, any fun stories?
Afraid not.
Afraid not. Afraid so. That's one of my lines in the show that's coming up. Haha. By the time this is uploaded, I'll be at a tech week.
ooh, you should record it.
I want to, but like, I don't know. It's with the high school cast, and I asked Lily. I was like, I was trying to be like serious with her. I was like, "Do you think I should like record a tech week again?" She laughed. So then I was just like, "Okay, I won't." And I was like, "I need videos for my YouTube channel," and like, she's just like,
That ain't it.
"That ain't it." Which I think I'm gonna text her or like text Anna again. I don't know. I want to do it like really bad because that was so fun.
Do it.
And it was fun to like it's so fun to just watch them back too, which is why I like doing YouTube videos and stuff like this, is that I get to watch them back and listen and watch and be like, oh my gosh, that was so fun, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why I enjoy doing these.
It's always a good day if you see a snap memory from like 3 years ago.
Oh my gosh, I love going through my camera roll. Like summer of 19 when I was
Yeah.
at my peak, I just would go through my videos and I was just, oh my god, so fun. Another drama kind of thing that happened during Aladdin happened during Tarzan. I think it was Tarzan.
Front row.
summer. I think it was summer of 19. It was both Aladdin and Tarzan. It kind of like shifted in and kind of the summer before. So I was in the show called Oklahoma, which our editor Isabella was in too, and I met this girl for the first time in my life. Her name was, and we were really close. And I was like, oh my gosh, she's like really nice and sweet, and I think I have a crush on her. And then kind of flowed. I kind of had my crush on her still in Lion King, which was the same summer. And then we kind of lived far away from each other, so we just kind of like were distanced. So like I kind of lost feelings. I thought of her as a really good friend, and we would FaceTime all the time. Oh, I love FaceTime calls. They're so fun.
You right.
You bite. Anyway, back to the story. I talk a lot. I need you to
Nah.
talk more.
I know.
Okay.
And listen to your story. I just had like 18 different
Oh,
stories.
sorry. And the next summer, we came back, and it was Tarzan, and I kind of was catching feelings for her again because, like,
Yeah.
she's just an amazing person. And one day she came over, we went to the pool, and then we went to Kistler Park. What an ironic name.
Yeah.
I'm always like Kistler. I wonder what's gonna happen there. A lot of things happen there. A lot of things. But we sat on like these swings or whatever, and it was like the ones that like go like this. It was like the chair ones.
Oh.
And we talked, and I was all of a sudden I brought up the topic. I was like, I've always wondered, has never liked someone? And then she was like, I've liked a lot of people actually. Like I just remember she said about this one guy, and then she was like, actually, I had a crush on you last summer. And I was like, I did too. I had a crush on you last summer. And then she was like, yeah. And I was just like, I kind of still have a crush on you. And she was like, I kind of do too. So then I was like, so exciting.
You do.
We talked. We just kind of talked the rest of the time.
And then just went home and were like, hey, Dad.
We went home, and then she left, and then we would always FaceTime. And then it carried into Aladdin, and then when was like asking, like telling me that stuff, I was like, okay, have fun. Like, good luck with that. And then now we're just like best friends. Like now we're just like
You and
yeah. Podcasts are tiring.
Yeah.
Like seriously, man.
I don't have the social battery for this.
I literally like after this one we like Maddie. We have nothing else to talk about. What are we gonna talk about?
Yeah.
Like seriously.
There is nothing else to talk about.
Nothing. And we're gonna get through this.
You can do it. You can do it. And like 3 minutes of this has to be cut out, so.
I know, literally like everything has to be cut out because when Isabella like showed us, because we get to like have a little premiere and get to watch the podcast before anyone else can. She was like, oh, it's only 37 minutes long. I was like, that's a good amount,
Yeah.
you know. And I was kind of hoping shooting for like 45, but like 37. I was like, geez, I thought it would be a lot less because we cut out a lot of stuff.
We need feedback.
We need to, okay, guys, seriously, email us at zon'tpodcast@gmail.com.
We need feedback.
We need feedback. We need things to talk about. Well, we're going to talk about something special next episode. I'm going to give you guys a little cliffhanger. We're going to be talking about some paranormal encounters.
Spooky.
Ooh, we're going to talk about some ghosts and stuff. I'm gonna hopefully research about some spooky places and then kind of talk about them, you know. Sorry if there's background music. I mean background noise. It's my dad's getting food right now. Oh.
You're doomed tonight.
Doot, doot. Guys, literally comment or something down below if you're watching this on YouTube. If you want us to do an episode where we only talk in King Julian and more.
We should like.
You know how annoying that would be?
We should like do it now while we talk to him.
Hello, King Julian.
This isn't a podcast anymore.
This is not a podcast anymore.
Not
Anyway.
a podcast.
This segment is brought to you by Anchor. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let us explain.
It's free.
There are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer.
Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more.
You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership.
It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place.
Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Before we actually started this episode, we were listening to music. And Maddie was...
Awesome!
Why me? Oh God, what are you doing?
Awesome!
We were listening to music before this episode started, and Maddie was just like, she was like listening to the music, and all of a sudden I come up to her, and she's like adding music that I was playing to her playlist.
Only one song. Other than that, your music taste sucks. You play the same music every day,
I know.
but it's good music.
But everyone does that, though. It's not like I choose different music every single day.
Well, I have different playlists I listen to with different music.
Well, yeah.
I am kind of a music queen, though. I need to shut up.
Okay,
really need to shut
I have
up.
the weirdest music taste, and I feel like everyone hates it. Okay, you know who especially hates my music taste? Country people. Literally, I was hanging out with them, and I started playing Hayloft, and I was like, this is a good song. They're like, this sucks. I'm like, I'm not gonna play your stupid cowgirl music. Like, no, that's just so bad.
Ah! I really wanted to scream for no reason.
People, you know what I tried to do on Instagram the other day? I made a playlist, and I said, and the title was, listen to this playlist to, like, pump yourself up. And there were only 2 replies, and it was from the same person.
Pump the
And-
jam.
You're supposed to, like, click on it, and then you can, like, put a song in or whatever.
Mhm.
Only 2 replies, and it was just 1 person.
Oh my god.
And I was just like, I want to get a playlist that I can listen to pump myself up.
Who was it?
Some people have the worst music taste ever.
To me, jazz music can be so boring.
I don't know. It's just kind of the thing to put on in the background. That's the only thing.
It's just bad music. Other than Kenny G. I think that's his name, right? He plays the saxophone. Kenny
I
G.
play saxophone.
Really? I play clarinet.
I remember I went over to Malia's after school one day, and you brought over your clarinet, and you started like putting it together, and started playing for us.
Ew.
Because like that's what every 5th grader does. Is they're like, "Want to play my instrument?" I missed school before COVID.
Yeah, it was honestly fun.
I didn't realize how much I loved it.
Next week, I have a 2-day test, and it's like the whole class is as long as we have. Like, we can't go back the next day and finish that one test. It's 115 points.
We got assigned a persuasive letter project that is for 300 points.
Hell yeah!
And it's Miss. She always assigns a lot. I love her, but she just cut down the assigning stuff. We had to like write a full on persuasive letter to like get someone to change something, and mine is being sent to my dance studio, and have them change it so that they allow boys to dance in point shoes because they only allow girls to. Do you know what point shoes are? Yeah, and honestly, I kind of wish.
What do they make you dance in? Just normal shoes?
Just normal ballet flats,
Bruh.
which are they're just kind of like slippers. So
I hope they say no.
honestly, I could care less. I wanted to choose a topic that interests me, and point really interests me, but I didn't really think it was a problem. So I just kind of I told my dance teacher, I was like, if you get a letter from me in a couple of days, literally like you can read it or whatever and reply, but just like don't take it seriously. Like don't. I know I did the research and stuff, but just like don't do it. Don't do it.
Did she have to like look it over before you sent it?
Yeah.
If she didn't look it over, I would have just sent hi.
No, because she has to like grade it and stuff, make sure you have good grammar, and that's
Ugh.
how we get our 300 points.
See this, what we're not gonna do. So like,
If they don't say yes, then you're fine.
Yeah.
Huh.
You just have to like have a persuasive letter, you know. And if I don't know if I don't know the rules, but like I think if you get a reply, I don't know what happens. But I don't know. I think she should reply to me so that I look cool.
Look cool.
So I could be like, guys, I got a reply from my persuasive letter. You know?
I need to stretch and not
Um,
yawning.
let's take a quick break. Hey guys, let's move into our last segment of the show, which is called Zon't It. We're gonna we're gonna we're gonna talk about some things in our life that we shouldn't have done or that we didn't do and it was a good idea.
I have a lot of things.
I'll start. One thing I should not have done is ran away.
Huh?
Okay, here's the thing. I was at home one day and my brother's friends like came over and were like, "Hey, do you want to go to Old Hickory and like shoot some hoops?" And my brother was like, "Nah, I'll pass for today." And then my imagination is just crazy. It decides to think that my brother starts running to Old Hickory. So then I was like, "I want to go with too." So I walk out the door and start walking to Old Hickory like it was nobody's business. And let's just say my parents were not happy that myself was not home. A police officer stopped me and he said, "Where are you going?" And I was like, "To the park." And he was like, "Where do you live?" And I said, "My home." And he was, I don't know, apparently asked me some other questions and I just don't remember. And then all of a sudden I see my sister and my mom come chasing after me. And they are like, "Oh my gosh, what are you doing?" So that's
You're
something
dumb. Big stupid doo-doo head.
It was literally when I was like 7.
You're stupid. You're so stupid. Oh god. Okay, story time.
Sounds
This isn't anything I regret because I was a kid. So my mom, she one ADHD kid, one kid that takes care of me and me. So we're going down the highway, by the dance studio in town.
Yeah.
We were by there, and decides to get out of the stroller thing and go to the highway to say hi to the cars. And
say hi to the cars.
Not actually. This is just fake. Do it again. And he he went down there, and my mom was like, "Daddy!" And me in the stroller, I was like, "Huh?" And was like, "Huh?" Oh, I mean, not blur. Good night. So my mom ran down with the stroller in hand and waddling after us, I think. Well, no, because Izzy might have been by her side. I seriously don't know how it happened, but all I know is almost got killed. I mean, my brother, not.
Is that it? Is that your story?
I have another one. When I was I think 9,
Mm-hmm.
a hockey goal fell on my face, and I got my eyelid glued shut.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Or
my sister watched it happen, and so did Malia.
One night I was not feeling so well, and I had a terrible stomach ache. My head was hurting, and I went up to my dad, and I was like,
"Hey."
I was like, "Dad, I don't feel so good," and he gestured his arms to give him a hug. So I go up to him and I give him a hug, and I gag, and I was just like, "Oh, I'm okay." And then I gag again, and I throw up all over him. I don't know what made me think, let's go to my parents' room and not let me go sit by the toilet
Yeah.
and wait till I throw up. And ever since then I haven't thrown up yet. Knock on wood, and I hope not.
Knock on wood.
But
Knock on wood.
I hope that I hate throwing up, and I hate just ugh, it just freaks me out. Whenever someone's like, "I think I'm gonna throw up," I'm like, "Leave.
Peace out."
Peace up. 8-Town down. Doot, 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 doot. One thing I'm excited about is that, well, I'm not really excited about this, but spring break is almost gonna be over, and tomorrow the day that we're filming this, the next day. By the time it comes out, it's already gonna be happening. I'm going to my cousin's house in South Dakota, and I'm gonna see my cousins, and I love my cousins. I'm so lucky to have them. I love my cousins.
Okay.
I'm gonna go out there. We're gonna have a good time.
We're gonna have a good
We're gonna have a
time.
good time.
We're gonna have a good
Good
time.
time. I am best friends with my cousins, and I have a cousin that's my best friend, and love her to death. We
morning.
talk a lot, and apparently she likes to talk to her too. So
Huh?
you and Lexi,
We snap. We snap.
we snap. Hey guys, sorry for the short episode. We I think we're gonna end it here because Maddie wants to be done.
I'm throwing a hissy fit.
We we started recording and we had a topic for this episode, but then we started talking about it, and then we like didn't know what to do, so we restarted, and then we filmed this, and like it's just so bad. Sorry, this is so unorganized. I promise
You
next.
sound like a pick me guy.
Sorry,
You know.
I'm so sorry.
Shut. Please stop.
Next episode we will be talking about something that we'll be talking about the whole episode. So stay tuned for that. It's gonna be paranormal encounters and stuff like that. So yeah, again, email us if we are doing something wrong or tell us what we need to talk about. Give us more topics. Seriously, dude.
Yeah, we kind of need them.
Yeah,
As
email
you can
us.
tell.
zon'tzuitpodcast@gmail.com. And yeah, we might reply. Well, most likely not. We'll just see it, and then we'll talk about them. Ask us questions that we can answer, and we can talk about it on the podcast. So yeah, thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.